Before I begin, I would like to thank publisher Pow3rh0use for providing me with a free code for Please the Gods. That said, I plan to review this game as fair and honest as possible. Please the Gods is a turn-based indie RPG released on July 17, 2019. You play as a father of a family who is struggling and starving. You decide to journey with your faithful companion to the land of the gods to find the legendary Sampo that provides endless riches and nourishment. Will you fail or will you succeed? It all depends if you can survive. Graphically, the game is very beautiful with its pixel art and the music is perfectly atmospheric. If I could, I would love to buy the soundtrack for this game. The game starts off with a decent tutorial telling you how map movement works and how combat is carried out. For the former, you click on the next point of interest you would like to go to. Each point of interest can offer a chance to get food, to replenish health, an enemy to battle, or a story moment. Oftentimes, the path will split and you will have to choose one or the other, and you cannot go back, so choose wisely. For the latter, it's based off of dice rolls. Whether you're attacking or defending, you roll the dice to determine the outcome of the battle. When you're attacking, you will need to have a higher number than your opponent to score a hit, while defense requires either the same or a higher number, so it's much more difficult to score a hit than defend and attack. However, it's not just blind rolls. You can determine the attack and defense bonuses, as well as how many die are available to you depending on the skill you choose. This is where most of the strategy comes from, as you can take risks or play it safe. I tend to take a defensive approach and drag out the battles, but an aggressive one can be effective with a quick victory. Just know that there are benefits and drawbacks to each. Skill points are only gained from completing quests. You will get 1 point that can unlock either an offensive or a defensive skill. However, you can only have 4 offense and 4 defense skills equipped at one time. There are a good amount of skills to choose from, but most I feel don't have too much of a benefit to them or are just too situational. As much as I enjoyed the combat, it doesn't really evolve too much during the later stages of the game. After a while, I stopped learning new skills since I felt the later ones are just not worth it. Due to the close ties to Finnish mythology, there is a nice variety of monsters to do battle with. Each will need to be approached differently with their own strengths and weaknesses. It helps to vary up the combat and keep it fresh as it can be in the later stages. For an RPG, it's very simple. There isn't any sort of equipment to manage, nor is it filled with any side quests. You only have to worry about food and water while you only gain skill points when beating a quest. It also is much shorter than your average RPG, clocking in less than 5 hours. I personally don't mind this as it ends up being the right length and doesn't overstay its welcome. The greatest flaw for me was the fact that the game only saves at the beginning of each quest. So if you get to the boss of the quest and die, you have to start all over again. You also can't quit midway through a quest or your progress will be lost. This can be incredibly infuriating as you have to go through the same encounters over and over again. To me, this feels like unnecessary padding to artificially hide the short length. I played this game to the end to see how the story panned out, which went surprisingly well. The narrative was simple yet effective, the few characters you meet are all memorable, and the ending was sweet and satisfying. So overall, I would recommend this title. I definitely did enjoy myself, but to be honest, I'd only recommend this title if it is scratching a certain itch for you. Due to its nature, it's not for everyone, which is not always a bad thing. If you find the dice combat in a simple but enjoyable storyline interesting for you, I would recommend it. However, if you're looking for something on a grander scale, then this won't be for you. Even though I don't plan on replaying it after beating it, the experience was an enjoyable one, despite its flaws. Know what you're getting into, and you won't be disappointed. As always, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for new videos. Leave your comments and suggestions in the box below. And as always, this is Pow3rh0use, signing off.